Happy New Year, my loves. So 2024 was challenging. I feel like it's the same for everyone else because I see a lot of people online saying 2024, never again, and all of that. I love the new year, personally. I love the idea of it. However, I feel like whenever this time of year rolls about, there are people who, with good intentions, preach and practice some things that I feel are a bit toxic. Which brings me to the first thing I think we should leave in 2024, and that is putting pressure on ourselves. It is important to do the best you possibly can do at every time, don't get me wrong. And you should always aim to be the best in everything. In terms of your health, your lifestyle, your income, everything, education. You should always do as good as you can possibly do. However, know when that desire to do well is coming from your self-motivation or an understanding of the fact that you should be doing good and not comparison. I'm trying to say, don't look at someone that went to your high school or someone who is your age and say, how could they have accomplished this in 2024 and 2025? I'm going to do it. We are all running a completely different race, and the only person we're supposed to be beating is ourselves. Easier said than done, don't get me wrong. With social media, I feel like it's so easy to compare yourself to other people and to want things that other people have. But in 2025, let's leave the pressure that comes with wanting the things that other people want and being where other people are. And instead, just figure out exactly who you want to be and where you want to be and gradually get there. Emphasis on gradually, because another way that people put pressure on themselves is trying to give themselves a time limit of a year. Obviously, deadlines are good, but don't subject yourself to agony just because you're not able to meet the deadline of a year. A year is just 365 days. Does that make sense? Whatever you don't finish in 2024, don't leave it and start something new in 2025 just because it's a new year. Finish what you start whenever and start something else whenever. Don't wait till January 1st to do something, and don't stop doing something on the 31st of December. Don't put pressure on yourself in terms of time on things that you actually want to do. I know everyone is saying new year, new me. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new you. If you were doing the same things, the good things that you were supposed to already be doing earlier on, you don't have to stop and make something new. You can keep doing that. Unless what you were doing was not good, in which case, please stop doing them. But then don't even stop doing them just because it's a new year. Stop doing them because they're not good. The second thing we need to leave behind in 2024 is caring so much what other people think. Now, I'm going to hold my own hand. I'm going to hold my own hand when I say this because I'm also guilty of this. It really doesn't matter what people think. Oftentimes we keep thinking people are going to be thinking about us. When you imagine that people are also probably thinking the exact same thing, maybe you don't even have enough space to think about you as much as you think they're thinking about you, you realize that no one is really thinking about you. I read something that said the highest form of narcissism is thinking that people care that much about you. Why do you think that somebody is going to spend 80% of their time occupied with thoughts about you? You know, remember the fact that people are going to talk regardless. Like, no matter what you do, people are going to say something. You could go left, people are going to say, why didn't you go right? You could go right, people are going to say, why didn't you go left? So if they're going to talk, you might as well do exactly what you want to do. Unless, of course, you don't want to get anything done. But if you know you want to get something done and you know what you want to do is impactful, if you know your goal is to do something that leaves a lasting impact on the world or makes a difference generally, you definitely have to not care what people think. No matter what space you're in, fashion, spoken word, education, anything that is worth doing, you're going to have to find a way to stop caring what people think about you. And I know it's not easy. One thing that I found has made it a bit easier is focusing on me, the things I can control. I can't control what other people say, but I can definitely control the things I do and the things that I say and make sure that it aligns perfectly with who I want to be and how I want to live my life. And if I'm content with that, I can stand on it. Like, I can beat my chest and be like, yeah, I said that. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, I thought that. And I'm going to do it. In 2025, I'm going to need you to choose you. I'm going to need you to start thinking about the things that you want to do and start doing them. And even if that means doing it alone, I'm going to need you to go and do it alone. Solo dates started raining last year, maybe 2 years ago, but like, take that thing very seriously. If you want to go and do something and nobody's trying to do it with you, please go and do it on your own. A subtopic under choosing yourself is being comfortable with yourself. I need you to like your own company. A huge reason why many things go the way they do in people's lives, especially when they are dealing with other people, is because you really don't like your own company. And that is why you're willing to take so much from people, because the thought of you being alone probably outweighs whatever it is you're going through. And that is really so sad. I genuinely feel bad for people in that situation, because if you knew how amazing and wonderful you are, you wouldn't take the things that you take. So I'm going to need you to spend some time with yourself and learn yourself and fall in love with yourself so that you can continuously choose yourself each and every time the opportunity presents itself. That looks like going out by yourself, saying no to plans and staying home sometimes, actually discovering what are your hobbies, what you like, what you dislike, and loving yourself in the love languages that you expect from other people. If physical touch is your love language, I'm going to need you to get a massage once in a while. You can massage yourself, you can pay someone else to massage you, you can invest in your skincare. If quality time is your love language, I'm going to need you to start watching more movies with yourself. Yes, going on more solo dates with yourself, and going to parks with yourself, going on walks with yourself. I need you to start doing all of that. If gift giving is your love language, I'm going to need you to go on more shopping sprees. Take retail therapy very personally this year. Maybe don't go crazy if you can't afford it, but I need you to start gifting yourself things. If words of affirmation is your love language, look in the mirror every morning and affirm yourself. Leave notes for yourself. Journal more often. You need to love yourself the way you expect other people to love you, so you can choose yourself when the situation isn't choosing you. And you can't choose yourself until you know yourself, until you love yourself. So in 2025, I'm going to need you to love yourself and choose yourself. I know that they're your bae, your love, your bestie, but I'm going to need for you to leave behind in 2024 bare minimum treatments and people who really just don't care about you. Your community is so important. I feel like I've been smiling throughout this video, but I'm not smiling anymore. Nothing is funny. I need you to stand up. Some of you are in friendships and relationships where the other person really doesn't want to see you grow, and you deserve to be in a situation and in a place, in a friend group and in a marriage and in a whatever it is that you're in. You deserve to be in a situation where you're growing, where you're supported. And I don't want us to mistakenly think that that always has to be romantic. It's important to have this kind of mindset with your family, and it's also important to have this kind of mindset with your friends. I need you guys to pour more into your friends in 2025. This is a subtopic now under this. You need to love your friends. You need to be there for your friends. You need to support your friends. And in that same line, I need you to find people who are supporting you, who love you, who will always choose you. I'm talking about people who, when you tell them you have good news, they're happy for you, they're not jealous. I'm talking about people who, when you have sad news, they're distraught as well, they're not happy. I don't mean that they should blindly lead you to do things you shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm talking. I know you know what I'm talking about. You have to be in situations where you're constantly being poured into, also where you're doing the pouring. You have to give and you have to take. I want us to do better this year. We just need to make better choices in relation to the people that we allow in our circle, the people who form more or less our home. You have to be very careful about the kind of people that you let in your space and the kind of people whose space you go into, okay? You are amazing, you are beautiful, you are smart, you are resourceful, you are resilient. You don't have to take enough to keep you around. Some people are going to do just exactly what they need to do to have you around. So 2025, I'm talking about good friendships that heal your soul, friendships that make you happy. This one is pretty random, but I'm going to need you guys to leave following trends in 2024. Nothing wrong with hopping on a good trend, but some people make trends their life. I mean, I see people saying things like, when are skinny jeans going to come back? I miss wearing skinny jeans. Are you kidding? Like, wear skinny jeans if you want to wear skinny jeans. Why does it have to be trending or popping or raining before you do something? I don't think that that's healthy, and I don't think that that's authentic. I need you to do things because you want to do them. Why can't you be the trendsetter? I'm just saying you should do things that you want to do, not because other people are doing them. If you want to wear skinny jeans, wear skinny jeans. But even red nails, people say red nails are for the fall. If you want to have red nails in summertime, go for it. Like, do what you want to do. Don't wait for it to trend before you do it. Literally, life is really not that serious. I need you to be more comfortable in doing you. Be super comfortable being the only person in the room that looks a certain way or is doing a certain thing. Everybody is really struggling to be the same, to look the same, to act the same, to talk the same. That shouldn't be your goal. Your goal should be to be you. There's no one else like you. So why are you going to cover up all that shine by trying to be and look and talk and act like everybody else? Don't do that, babe. I'm going to need you today and beyond to leave fear, to leave lack of discipline, and to leave laziness behind. It's super easy to blame where you are or where you're not on other people and on other things, and sometimes you might overlook the fact that you are indeed the one holding yourself back. I'm going to need you to let go and be released from the self-inflicted chain that laziness, fear, and a lack of discipline has put you in, because you're getting in your own way. And being lazy and lacking discipline and being scared does not make you any less deserving of the things that you are destined for. It only stops you from being who you want to be. The only person that is in the way of who you want to be is you. 2025 and beyond, take charge of the things that you can take charge of. The things that are out of your control, I need you to leave that to God. But the things that are within your control, I need you to get on your Zoom, not just for outward recognition or validation, but for yourself. Self-fulfillment You can't put a price on that. And nothing eats away more at a person than guilt and regrets of the things that they didn't do. And it's more painful when you realize that you didn't do those things not because of anything other than the fact that you really just didn't do them. You didn't wake up early enough, weren't resourceful enough, you didn't believe in yourself enough. My love, you are so much more capable of things than you think you are. And I need you today onwards, whenever you're watching this video, today onwards, I'm going to need you to start seeing that potential that I see in you and that God sees in you. I'm going to need you to start seeing that in yourself. These are just a few of the things I wanted to put out there for people to hold on super tight to as we go into the new year. I hope this has been really helpful to you, and I cannot wait to see all the beautiful things that you end up doing. I also can't wait to see all the beautiful things I end up doing. Bye.